would you characterize the progress that you made specifically on those trade talks with Xi?
Well, we're re-engaged. We're talking on the phone already. There'll probably be visits. It's all good. I think it was a pause that was necessary at the time, but this is very bullish for the markets, lower uncertainty in terms of the whole thing. We're headed in a very good direction.
Except for we've been here before. We saw a trade truce after the last G20 meeting. That didn't stick. Why should this time be different?
So this is a very complicated process. There's 7 different moving parts. We had a deal that was over 150 pages long with 7 different chapters. That's the basis now for moving further forward. It's complicated, as the president said correctly. This will take time, and we want to get it right. So let's get it right. In the meantime, in terms of the markets, I think is very bullish for the markets. And the 2 things that really have to happen in the short run to get us Dow 30,000 and above are going to be passing the U.S., Mexico, Canada agreement and having the Fed lower interest rates.
Mr. Navarro, there are those who say, well, you know, we've got talks back on track, but we actually gave some things up, namely Huawei, for example, and got nothing in return for actually getting those talks back on track. What do you say to those critics who sort of wonder about that negotiating leverage that we potentially did not use?
Well, there's a couple of things there. I think what's important about this negotiation is the close personal chemistry between President Xi and President Trump. President Xi requested some relief on Huawei. Here's the important thing. U.S. policy on Huawei with respect to 5G in this country has not changed. That will not happen with Huawei in this country. All we've done basically is to allow the sale of chips to Huawei, and these are lower tech items which do not impact national security whatsoever. Huawei remains on the entity list. But more importantly, I think China gave us some things, too. They promised immediate and significant agricultural purchases, and we hope to see immediate progress on that. The important thing here is Huawei is small in the scheme of things. The important thing here is negotiations are back on track. Ambassador Lighthizer is actively engaged with President Trump guiding the whole process, and I think the market should be very happy about that.
Yeah, and well, the market was happy yesterday, certainly. But, you know, you talk about Huawei being small in the scheme of things, which I guess I can understand. But at the same time,
let me be clear here.
Well, you just said
Huawei,
that. Yeah.
Hang on. Huawei selling chips to Huawei, a small amount of chips, less than $1 billion worth of chips a year in the short run, is small in the scheme of things. 5G, the fight for 5G, President Trump is very committed to having the U.S. take the lead on 5G, building companies like Nokia and Ericsson up in Europe that will contribute to that process. So 5G is huge. Selling a few chips to Huawei is not.